Yo, shalom, family. All praises to the Most High Yahuwah, Bahashim Yahusha, and the Ruach HaKodesh, also known as the Father, the Son, and the quote-unquote Holy Spirit. Yeah. What is good, family? What is good, family? And so today, in today's video, we will be discussing and going over what is the law, also known as the quote-unquote Mosaic law. Does the law still apply today? Today, meaning this generation, this day, right now. This, you get the point. Yeah, in this topic is deep. In this topic, it's gonna have to do with a lot of scripture and twisting, because there's people that love to twist scripture, such as Galatians 3, Romans 3, Romans 2, etc. But yeah. So basically, many people are telling you that they don't have to keep a law. Unless you have to keep the Ten Commandments, which the Ten Commandments come from the quote-unquote Mosaic law. The Ten Commandments come from the law of the law that was given to Moses. It's actually Yahuwah's law, which is eternal and goes forever. But the point is, I'll show you verses to prove that later on. But the point is, people are telling you that you don't have to keep a law. You can just keep 10 commandments, or there's some people such as IFBs, like I used to be one, and free gracers, dispensationalists, like all those people are teaching that once you're saved, you're fully saved, which I believe that, but hold on. But I don't believe that you can continue on in sinning and that you have no works to prove for your faith. I do not believe that. Like some dispensationalists and free gracers may come to a conclusion to. You see, but yeah, So honestly, to start off with, what I want to say is that we ought to walk as a Messiah. We ought to walk as a Messiah walked. We ought to walk after His footsteps. We ought to keep His commandments. Because I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I have to keep praying, keep studying this. But me personally, I personally believe once we're saved, we start to produce those works, and the Most High Yah starts to work in us, just like, but yeah, sorry if I said a lot, but yeah, so also what we have to do, not force salvation, because obviously, as we know, the law doesn't justify us onto salvation. Yahushua HaMashiach, also known as Yahushua the Messiah, that the blood sacrifice, the sacrifice of a lamb is what justifies us. But does it give us the opportunity to keep sinning, to not keep a law, yeah. But yeah, so basically, there's gonna be some of the topics that we're going over today. But yeah, so many are saying that you're free from keeping it, you're free from fulfilling it, even though Yahushua fulfilled it, which is stupid. But yeah, like I know a lot of quote unquote Christians don't say that Yahushua abolished the Torah, but they do believe it, because if the law is done away with, if the law is gone, then Yahushua abolished it, which we know that would make Yahushua not Messiah, nor that would not make him Elohim, because Elohim doesn't even teach against his own law, you see. But yeah, which obviously we know that the law isn't done away with. We know that that's a lie, but yeah. Okay, family, so the first thing I want to go through is Romans 3, and after that, let's look at the Greek word of uphold or establish, and the word nullify or void in Romans 3:31 and Romans 3:28. So let's look Romans 3:27 through 28 first, so we can see the context, family, because we don't want to just a scripture and not see what it is. But yeah, alright. I might, oh man, bro. Which version do I want to use for this? Bro, you know what? Here, I would just use the. Give me a sec. Whoopsies. Bro, do I want to use whoopsies? You know, let's use this one. Alright. Where then is the boasting question mark? It is excluded. By what manner of the law? Of works? No. But by a law of faith. We maintain therefore that a man is justified by faith. Or, because again, because hold on, before I continue reading, I just want to point out that a lot of these quote unquote Christians, like to make the hypocrisy and like to make the claim that we don't believe that we're saved by Yahusha alone, which is a lie. But alright, so yeah, I'll stop babbling and continue going on. But yeah, we maintain therefore that a man is justified by faith apart from the works of Allah. Or is Yah the Yah of the Yahudim only? Isn't he the Elohim of the Goyim? Also, yes, of the Goyim, or something like this, or something like to say Gentiles. I don't know why it says Goyim. Goy is kind of like it's kind of like a derogatory term, I guess, for Gentiles. I don't really like using that word. I like using Gentiles or Greeks, but yes, of Greeks also. Since indeed there is no Elohim who would justify the circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith, do we then nullify the law through this faith? May it never be. No, we establish the law. Or so hold on. Let me say. But yeah, do we? So some versions read do we then overthrow? But this one says do we then nullify the law through this faith? By no means. No, we establish or we uphold the law. Or well, alright. Now we can see that the law this is talking about is a quote unquote Mosaic law. Because as you can see, this is talking about circumcision and the quote unquote Jews or the Yahudim. So I guess as we can make an assumption that this is talking about which law. It's pretty obvious from the context, and that's why I want to read context, because I know people have been saying that we have to take things out of context now. But yeah, so what we have to understand is that just because we are justified by the blood of Yahushua, just because we are justified by our faith in Yahushua HaMashiach or Yahushua the Messiah, it doesn't mean we nullify this law through this faith. Because again, as I said, I believe that once we are saved, we start to produce His works. Sorry about the background. It's my dog chewing a bone. But yeah, obviously, so we don't nullify the law. Now to farther prove my point, let's look at the word nullify in Greek and look at the word establish, so you can see what it's talking about. Nullify. Strong's Concordance G 2673. I can't read Greek, but hold on, let's take a listen.
Strong's G 2673.
Contargeo. Alright. To look at it, let's. Alright. Give you the translation and then follow a man to destroy. Look, destroy. Hold on, bro. First thing I want to point out right when it said is, we have to say that Yahushua did not abolish or destroy the law, but to fulfill it, to come and show us how to walk in His way. It literally says the KJV's manner in using this is just in using this word nullify, destroy, do away, So we can tell that Yahushua did not do away with the law, or us. Do we then do away with the law? No. By all means, we establish a law, destroy, do away, abolish, cumber, lose, seize, fall, deliver. Like, look how to render idle, unemployed, inactive, and operative, to cause a person or thing to have farther, like, look, the law is still effect, man. Just because of our faith, just because we're justified by Yahushua, doesn't mean, doesn't mean that we can. Sorry from what's my feelings trying to do, but the point is that that doesn't mean that we can just do away with the law and then put it into the law. Doesn't mean that. You see, to cause to cease, put it in, to do away with, annul, abolish, to cease, to pass away, be done away. And people are telling you that the law is done away with. I can't read great. I'm slow. Nah, I'm not slow. I'm there. To be rendered entirely idle, useless. You see, the law isn't useless. The law isn't abolished. It isn't ceased. It isn't destroyed. It isn't done away with. It isn't without effect. It isn't to fail. It isn't to lose. It isn't to bring come to naught. It isn't to put away. It isn't to vanish. It isn't to make void, etc., etc. You see. Look, for if those who are of the law are hearers, are hearers, faith is made void. Faith is made done away with, and a promise is made of no effects. Alright, now let's go ahead and look at the next word, which that word was established, or over, or uphold, Establish a law. Alright, this one is G2476. Let's take a listen.
Strong's G2476. Histame.
Alright, now, look, stand, set, establish, stand still, stand by. We do not do away with the law, we stand by. To cause, or to, sorry from taking from the adding to the most as we're hearing, but to cause or to make stand, to place, put, set, to buy the stand by, in the presence of others, in the midst before judges, before the members of the Sanhedrin, to place, to make firm, fix, establish, to cause a person or thing to keep his or its place, to stand, be intact. To stand by your near, look, to stand immovable, stand firm on the Torah, the law. Look, pause and read this. I'm not trying to deceive you, I'm just trying to simply show you what the Greek says. Because there's many who... Oh, sorry, let's read this real quick. Abide, appoint, bring, continue, covenant, continue. We continue the law through this faith. Covenant, establish, hold up, lay present, set up, snatch, stand by, for it's still up. You see? Now we see. That just because we know that the law just because we know that the law doesn't justify us in the sight of the Most High, just because we know that the law doesn't save us, doesn't mean that we can make void the law. Doesn't mean that we don't have to do the law. You see. Alright. Next point I'd like to show you guys is Matthew 7:22 through 23. So Matthew 7. Excuse me. 23. Alright. Many will say to me in that day, Adonai, didn't we can't read, bro. Didn't we prophesy in your name? in your name cast out demons, and name them many mighty works. Then I will tell them, I never knew you, or not I knew you, or not I knew you, but I stopped knowing you. No, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Alright, so what I'm going to show you is the Greek word of iniquity. But yeah. So notice the word lawlessness or iniquity. Though they proclaim that they had mighty works and cast out many demons. Now let's go to the Greek of the word lawlessness or iniquity. Sorry. And see what it means. Bro, my dog is being a pain right now. It's kind of making me mad. Alrighty. Okay, get mad, bro. Come on. Alright, lawlessness. G458. And the Greek word is anomia. Let's see what it means. Iniquity, unrighteousness, transgress the law. As we know, transgression of the law is sin. Transgression of the law, which is sin. Alright, now let's see what it says. Alright, the condition of without law, because ignorant of it, because of violating it, contempt and violation of the law, iniquity, wickedness. Sorry, bro. I have to say my sentences in my head, so I don't start like this. I'm sorry, but okay. Like the point I want to make is like not only were these people trusting in their own works to save them, and literally telling the Most High, look at these works I did, should I be justified? Not trusting in Yahushua to save them. These people were also without the law. These people were ignorant of it, or they were violating it, or they didn't repent of something, I don't know what it is. Only the Most High knows, Right? Only the Most High knows what those people haven't repented of, or what those people did when it comes to Judgment Day. The condition of without law, because ignorant of it, because of violating it, contempt and violation of the law, iniquity, wickedness, anomia, from violation of the law, or genitives case, wickedness, iniquity, etc. Transgression of the law. So you're like, look at this, man. Hold up. Look at this, man. Look at these, bro. Again, so as I said, not only were these people trusting in their own works, and instead of trusting in Yahushua, these people instead of trusting in Yahushua and let Yahushua work in you, those people were also without the law. To begin with, Yahushua never knew them. They didn't have actual faith in it if Yahushua never knew them. I'm not doing this here. I'm just making assumptions, because now before we look at the dietary laws, and now let's go through faith real quick. Now, yes, I do believe once we trust in Yahushua, we are saved and can be righteous, and that righteousness is a righteousness of Yahushua. Romans 4:5, which says, but to him that worketh not, but believeth on him that justified the ungodly. Sorry, that justified the ungodly. You get the point. I forget the verse. Let's look at the verse quick. Alright, but to him that doesn't work but believes in him who justifies the ungodly, his faith is accounted for as his. Now we have to understand, now, is this first thing doesn't work at all, or is this first thing, or is this verse basically saying it doesn't work for salvation? Because if you read the verse before it, it says, for what scripture saith, Abraham believed Elohim, and it was counted to him as righteous. We all know. I think in Genesis 1:15, or in Genesis 15, Abraham believed in Elohim, and it was counted for him the righteousness. So basically, the point I'm trying to make Abraham trusted in the Most High before he had any works to show for. Abraham believed in the Most High before he had any works to show for his faith. Alright, now we can see. Now to him who works, the reward is not counted as grace, but as debt. So basically, I guess the thing that we can make assumption is that this verse isn't talking about not working at all whatsoever. This verse more so is talking about not working for your salvation, but believes in him and justify but believes in him who justifies the what his faith is accounted for righteousness. And who's right? Is our own righteousness? Is our own filthy righteousness? No, it's Yahushua's righteousness. Alright, now. But yeah, after being saved though, I do believe we produce the fruits of the Ruach and produce works in the Most High righteousness. Right now, don't take my word for that. Go ahead and read and pray. But in Ephesians 10. Sorry, but in Ephesians 2:10 says, for we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach, Yahusha, for good works, which Yahuwah prepared before that we would walk in them, or other translations like to say should walk. Alright, now let's go ahead and look at the word. This should walk in them or would walk in them to see what it means. It's pretty, it's pretty self-explanatory. Would walk in them, it's pretty understandable. I don't think you guys really need this to see it, but we're just gonna go ahead and look at it anyway. Hey, you guys can pause this and that. Alright, now, yeah, and now let's look at the other verses about obedience and about works. Now, hold on, let's look at John 14. John 14. John 14:15 says, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. Or this version says, if you love me, keep my mitzvah. Which I don't think this is actual Hebrew. I think it's more of Yiddish. But yeah, it's commandments basically. It's law basically. But before I look in the Greek word about commandments, there's gonna be a lot of Christians, there's gonna be a lot of Christians that are saying, it's only talking about the commandments of love thy neighbor and love the Most High your Elohim. But let me ask you a question. How are you supposed to love your neighbor? You don't kill your neighbor. You don't covet after him. You don't lust after his wife. You don't go around and you don't hate him. You get the point. And how do you love the Most High? You obey him. You don't eat pork. You obviously rest on the Shabbat. You get the point I'm trying to make here, basically. So I just want to get why these Christians make the point that I don't get why these quote unquote Christians make the point. I don't get it why they make the point that it's only those two commandments, and the reason why those two commandments fulfill the law, and the reason why those two commandments fulfill the law whole, is because you love the neighbor and you love your neighbor and love the Most High by fulfilling the law. Because if you love your neighbor, you're not gonna. You get the point. You're not gonna kill him, and if you love the Most High, you're gonna keep his commandments, pretty much. So yeah, those two commandments are fulfilling the law, basically. You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. So don't let any Christians tell you that. Don't let any Christians tell you that it's all you have to do is just those two commandments, which we know that's a lie. Alright. In order, command, charge, prescribe, instruction, commandment, ethnically use of the commandments And the Mosaic, quote unquote, Mosaic law, or quote unquote, I don't really believe in Jewish tradition. I don't really believe that these are Shemites, but let's just get to that another day. Yeah. Look, right now, you see, this is the exact same word that was used in this verse. Right? Remember how I was talking about the two commands was love the Most High and love your neighbor. Yeah. See, and that's exactly why he says the whole law and the prophets depend on these two commandments. You see now? You see? Yeah, you see. For you set aside the commandments of Elohim and yeah. Alrighty. Alright, now next verse I'm going to show you is 1 John 5:3. 1 John 5:3. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and look at some context first, because there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, oh, you're not looking at the context or whatever. Alright, whoever believes that Yahusha is a Messiah is born of Elohim. Whoever loves the Father also loves the child who is born of him. By this we know that we love the children of Elohim when we love Elohim and keep his commandments. You see, look, you see how I was talking about earlier? That's how we love Elohim, by keeping his commandments. When we love Elohim and keep his commandments. Hey, look at that, man. Hallelujah. Look at that. For this is the love of Yahuwah, that we keep his commandments. His commandments are not grievous. You see, there's a lot of Christians claiming that, we can't keep all 630, which obviously we can't. But the point is, there's not even that many laws. Like there's not even a whole 613. I'm pretty sure it was just a made up number. Like, because there's a lot of commandments, but I'm pretty sure it was a made up number. But yeah. So, for this is the love of Elohim, so the point is that his commandments are not a burden, as Deuteronomy 30:11 says. Alright, let's go. Before I continue with this verse, let's look at Deuteronomy 30:11, I believe it is. Hold on. Yeah. And this verse kind of connects to Deuteronomy 33, where it says the commandment is not grievous, or burdensome. His commandments are not burdensome like Christians claim. So, alright. For this commandment, which let's go ahead and read this one real quick. Alright, let's go ahead and read context. Yahuwah, your Elohim, will make you plenteous in all the work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, and in the fruit of your cattle, and in the fruit of your ground, for good. For Yahuwah will again rejoice over you, for good as he rejoiced over your fathers, if you shall obey the voice of Yahuwah, your Elohim, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which are written in the book of the law, or the Torah. If you turn to Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart, with all your soul, for this commandment which I command you this day, it is not too hard for you, neither is it far off. It is not in the Shemaim, that you should say, who shall go up for us to Shemaim and bring it to us, and make us hear it, and make us to hear it, that we may do it. As James 2 says, it's not the hearers of the law, but the doers of the law that are justified. You see, it's like this refutes all Christians that claim that the laws are too hard and we can't keep the law that he commands us. For this commandment which I command you this day, it is not too hard for you, neither is it far off. Come on. I don't get it, man. I don't get it with these Christians. Alright, next verse I'm going to show you guys is Luke 11:28. Again, let's go ahead and read these, because people are going to be like, oh, you're not using that context or whatever. So let's just read 26 through 28. Or 25 through 28, I guess. When he returns, he finds it swept and put it in order. Then he goes and excuse my mistake. Then he goes and takes 7 other spirits more evil than himself, and then insert it in the world there. The last day of that man becomes worse than the first. It came to pass, as he said these things, a certain woman of the multitude lifted up her voice and said to him, Blessed is the womb that bore you, and the breast which nursed you. But he said, on the contrary, I can't read good, man. Blessed are those who hear the word of Elohim and keep it. It's like again relating to James too, I guess. Again, like it's not only the hearers that are justified, but the doers. You have to hear the law, and obviously you have to hear him. You have to hear the word of Elohim, which is the Torah, which is Yahusha, because Yahusha is the living Torah. Like or obviously I don't mean Yahusha is directly the book, but I mean Yahusha is the living Torah in flesh. But yeah, so, but he said on the contrary, blessed are those who hear the word of Elohim and keep it. So once again, you can't just hear the law without keeping it. It doesn't work that way. Alright, but yeah, so you see, you can't just hear the word and just believe it and accept not to have works. That's so ignorant and doesn't even work. You see, we must hear the word and keep it. Romans 2. Let's go ahead and read Romans 2 real quick. Shall I show you guys? Therefore you are without excuse, O man, whoever you are who judge. For wait, which verse is it? I don't know if I have time to read this whole verse. Yeah, I'll probably just read this. But to those who are self-seeking and don't obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, will be wrath and indignation, oppression and ignorance on every soul of man who works evil, or on the Yahudi, not Yehudi, on the Yahudi first, and also on the Yavnet. Bro, is this even? I can't even read. This is like fake Hebrew. But glory and honor and shalom to every man who works good, to the Yahudi first, and also to the I don't know if it's supposed to be Gentile or Greek. For there is no partiality with Elohim. For as many as have sinned without the law will also perish without the law. As many have sinned under the law will be judged by the law. So what we need to understand is that we are not saved, it's basically I'm trying to say, grace doesn't come by the law, grace and truth comes by Yahushua Mashiach. But what is truth? Truth is also Torah, which I'll show you a verse showing that. But so grace and Torah comes by Yahushua Mashiach. But so basically, we are under the law to be saved by the law. Us being under the law has nothing to do with us not keeping it. Obviously we aren't going to be saved, or we're not going to be justified by the law. You see, what again? We aren't going to be justified we aren't going to be justified by the law without Yahushua, if that makes sense. Alright, let me continue on. As many as have sinned under the law will be judged by the law. For it isn't the hearers of the law who are righteous before Elohim, but the what? The doers. The doers of the law will be justified. For when Gentiles who don't have the law do by nature the things of the law, these not having the law are a law to themselves, in that they show the work of the law right in their hearts, their conscience testifying with them, and their thoughts among themselves accusing or also excusing them. See? In the day when Elohim will judge the secrets of men according to my good news, or also known as the Basura, or the Gospel, by Yahushua HaMashiach. Ready. So this is the verse I've been quoting a lot. Alright, next verse. 1 John 3:24. 1 John 3:24. Again, we're gonna read from here to here because people are from here to here. Because people are gonna be like, "Oh, wait, you get the point." Because I've been saying this a lot. Christians are gonna be like, "Oh, you're not looking at the context. You're twisting it." So we're just gonna look at the context because I'm not gonna have a bunch of these Christians in my chat saying you're misusing it. You're not looking at the context because it's pretty annoying when they do that because the verses itself are pretty explain itself. Alright, so 1 John 3:21 through 24. Beloved, if our hearts don't condemn us, we have boldness toward Elohim, and whatever we ask, we receive from Him, because we keep His commandments. Hold on. Let's hope we read this again. And whatever we ask, we receive from Him, because we keep His what? His commandments, or His law, and do the things that are pleasing in His sight. This is the commandment, that we should believe in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach and love one another. Even again, in this again, how do you obviously if you actually believe in Yahushua, and obviously if you trust in Yahushua, you can start to produce works. And obviously if you love your neighbor, you're again not gonna kill him, etc., etc. He who keeps His commandments remains in Him, and He in him. By this we know that He remains in us, by the Ruach which He gave us. Alright, also another verse I'd like to point out is James 1:22 through 25. And after that, I'm gonna show you guys a few more points that I'd like to point out. Alrighty. Let's look here to here. So then, my beloved brothers, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For the anger of man doesn't produce the righteousness of Elohim. Therefore, putting away all filthiness and overflowing of wickedness, receive with humility, with implanted word, which is able to save your souls. Bruh, I need some here. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. For the anger of man doesn't produce unrighteousness of Elohim, therefore putting away all filthiness, overflowing of wickedness, receive with humility, and they play the word, which says able to save your souls. But he that doeth the word, and not only heareth, deluding your own selves. For if anyone is heareth the word, and not yours, he is like a man beholding his natural face in the mirror. For he sees himself and goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law, or the perfect Torah, the Torah of freedom, and continues, not being a hearer who forgets but a doer of the work, this man will be blessed in what he does. Praise Yahuwah. Alrighty. Alright. Like now, next one I'd like to show you, is that laws come, next thing I want to show you, is that Yah's law is the way, the truth, and the life, and also is eternal. Right, because obviously we know that many claim otherwise. Many claim that the Torah isn't eternal. Many claim that that's not away with. Psalms 119. 1. Aleph. Aleph. Blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to Yahuwah. I don't know why this is Yahweh. Yahweh's a kid, I get it. But Aleph, blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to Yahuwah's laws. See? Blessed are those who walk according to. Blessed are those whose ways are blameless, who walk according to Yahuwah's laws. Blessed are those who keep his statutes, who seek him with their whole heart. Yes, they do nothing wrong. They walk in his ways. Not their own ways. Fulfilling the lust of the flesh, only keep the commit, only keeping, only praying and only going to church, or etc., only feeding the poor, etc., and not walking in his ways. Basically, you have commanded your precepts that we should fully obey them. I'm gonna go back to KJV if you guys don't mind, because this Bible is kind of interesting. Alright, now let's look at Psalms 119, 142. I think so. Let me look at my notes. Yep. Alright. Alright, you guys ready? Obviously we know what righteousness is. It's not that. It's not hard to understand what righteousness is. Alright, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy Torah is the truth, or law, as some like to claim. But thy Torah is the truth. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy Torah is the truth. Trouble and anguish have taken hold of me, yet thy commandments are my delights. Like, right there, man. His Torah is the truth. Just as Yahusha is the way, the truth, and the life, the Torah is also the way, the truth, and the life. Or, well, at least the way, the truth. Proverbs 13 and 14. Right here. Now again, we're gonna. Who despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. The law of the wise, or the Torah of the wise, is a fountain of life. Let's read this again. The Torah of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. Good understanding of favor, but the way of change. Alright, so let's go ahead and look up. We're on to Hebrew right now. There you go. Torah. Look, bro. Strong's definitely literally says Torah. Dude, I don't understand why it's so hard to just look in the Greek. You don't have to twist scripture questions. You don't have to pervert the word. All you gotta do is look in the Greek in life. Live, life, beast, alive, creature, running, living thing. Sorry if you guys are hearing this whole blasting. My computer isn't that good. Not to mention, I'm also using a little laptop to use this video. Alright, So obviously these videos have showed you, we obviously see that the Torah is eternal life and the truth. Alright, next let's look at Matthew 5 in the quote unquote New Covenant. And before I do that, I want to point out that I don't know a lot about the New Covenant, yet we could be in it or we could not be in it. But I found something interesting. Okay, alright. Now let's look. I'll go ahead and show you guys what I found interesting about the New Covenant after we do this. After I show you guys this. Let's look at Matthew 5:16. Through 20. Alright. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your works and glorify your Father which is in the Shemayim. Think not that I am come to destroy, or as we know, null or make void, or done away, or abolish the law, or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till the Shemayim and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the Torah, shall all be fulfilled. Hope is everything. Yeah, so he says to all be fulfilled. No, I'm not 100% sure, but I do not think all is fulfilled yet, because Yahusha is, obviously we aren't in the reign of Yahusha yet. Yahusha hasn't come back yet, or the whole tribulation still has to happen. But yeah, for I'll say unto you, already read that one. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men to do so, or shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of Shemayim. But whosoever shall do them and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of Shemayim. For I say unto you that except your righteousness, you ever seen what righteousness is, shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter the kingdom of the Shemayim. Let's pause this and read the rest. Alright, so Yahushua says he didn't come to destroy, aka make void or annul the law or the prophets, but to fulfill, or which fulfill obviously means complete. Now we know that Yahushua did the law perfectly, obviously, which is pretty obvious. But he didn't come to destroy them, but to fill them, to fulfill them, to show us how to walk in them, to show us how to walk after his footsteps. And before we move on to the other verses, let's look at the Greek of the word fulfill to further prove my point. Yeah, if you guys know, I'm reading after my notes. So it might sound after reading something. It might sound like I'm reading after something because I'm reading after my notes because I decided to do that because that way if not I probably would have been stuttering. But so we know that Yahushua did not. Hold on. We know that Yahushua did not. We know that Yahushua did not make void or abolish the law, or no, to cram and level up or diffuse influence, satisfy, execute, and office finish a period of task, verify or coincide with a prediction, etc. Accomplish after be complete, so we have seen like Yahushua didn't abolish or do away with the law, because I already showed you guys that the Greek in that. So I don't know about this, but I don't know about this either, because fulfill, be made full, come, fully preach, perfect, supply, see supply. Alright. Sorry about that. I was trying to add some more stuff there. Alright. Give me a sec. My phone wants to be stupid. Alright, alright, no, sorry, I'm trying to count fingers, but now let's go ahead and look at the dietary laws, and how the dietary laws aren't done away with, which mean like the clean. Well, but before that, like, you know what? Here, I'll just look at the dietary laws right now. I'll look at my nose. I looked at my nose. I'll look at my nose. Basically, I found this in a Discord server a while ago. And I decided to add it to my notes, and not only add that, but also add a little more to my own words in my notes. But yeah, all right. Mark 7:19. We need to. Hold on. Let's look at Mark 7:19. Because it enters not into his hearts, but into the belly. Well, let's look. I want to see what this version says. Take some time. I just want to see what this says. Because it doesn't go into his heart, but into his stomach, then into the lectern, thus making all foods clean. Alright. Now, the first thing we need to understand is that, is that in some versions it is in parentheses, or and it is not read. Which doesn't mean Yahusha is. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. Bro, is it really not in parentheses in any of these? I swear it was in parentheses. Bruh. Wait, is it even marked? Am I tripping out? But where's the... Oh. Like, bro, did they take it out? Dude, hold up. Bro, I don't know if I'm stupid, but I can remember that. I can't remember exactly what. Here we go. Well, I was confused at what was I about to say? Wasn't it in another version? Yeah. Since it enters not inside of the stomach and is expelled, thus to declare all foods clean. But so one thing we need to understand is that this is in parentheses, and this is obviously not in the original text. Not only is this not in the original, and not only is this not in the original text, this is also not in red, or this is also not in red in Bibles, or I guess we can make the assumption that Yahushua wasn't even saying this, and apparently it's not even in the original text. Alright, now let's continue on reading my notes. Mark 7:5. Yeah, let's read Mark 7:5. Alright, basically, this whole chapter is about the tradition of the man, and I'll go ahead and show you guys. And the Pharisees and the scribes asked him, why do the disciples not walk according to the tradition of the elders, but eat with defiled hands? So like, so the Pharisees didn't even say not even the tradition of the law; they just said the tradition of the elders. And and obviously we know the hypocrites, because if you read this verse, for the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat useless. They don't eat unless their hands are hold this tradition of others, and when they come to my place. Bro, which verse was it? Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. Thus making the void, thus making void the word of Elohim. So, so we know that this people were making the void the Torah, or this people were making void the word of Elohim. By their own traditions that they've handed down, and many such things that they did. You leave the clan of Elohim hold to the tradition of men. Look at that. Look, just like the Christians. Alright. Alright, let's continue on. Alright. John 14:21, 1 John 2:4, 2 John 1:6. Okay, usually people will use Acts 10:15, Peter's vision, and Mark 7:19, parentheses, parentheses, as evidence for being able to break the Torah dietary laws. Mark uses the term unholy in Greek, which is in reference to whether or not the food is fit for the temple service. This is different than the clean mentioned in the dietary laws found in Leviticus, which determines what is fit for consumption among any Yehudim. Also, the process of the digestion is what made the food clean, not Christ who made it clean. Obviously, we know that because the verse literally says. Give me a sec. The verse literally says it enters not his heart but his stomach and is expelled. Because it's coming out. Obviously, see, that's what made it clean, not the consumption of it. Since it enters not his heart but his stomach and is expelled. Alright, let's go ahead and read. Also, the process of the digestion is what made the food clean, not Christ who made it clean. Not how Mashiach who made it clean. I'm sorry. This implies that Yahushua told people to break. This implies that Yahushua told people to break the Torah, which would make him a false prophet. This also makes him a hypocrite for literally telling the Pharisees, just previously you set aside the laws of Elohim for your traditions, and then setting aside the law of Elohim itself. Mark 7:9. Knowing this is in regards to traditions and not about Leviticus dietary laws, makes this clear. In Acts, Peter has a vision about all unclean animals 3 times, and is told not to call them unclean. Peter wakes up completely confused by the meaning. Then 3 Gentiles appear who are seen as unclean animals, usually called dogs, and obviously he says, Elohim has shown me I should not call any person unclean. This is about people and not food. Acts 10:28. This also means that when Yahushua declared all foods clean in Mark, Peter also did not think this was about being able to break the Torah dietary laws. There you go. Alright. Now, the last and the final point I'd like to show you guys, finally, we're almost done, hallelujah. Alright, now the final point I want to show you is Romans 10:4. So we know that a lot of verses say Christ is the end, they who is the end, but today I'd like to show you guys the Greek of the word end. You see what it is. Alright, for Yahusha is the fulfillment, or some verses say in, which is the incorrect translation, I believe. Some verses say fulfillment, some verses say goal. But for Yahusha is the goal of the Torah, for righteousness, to everyone who believes. Yep. Now why is Yahusha the fulfillment of the Torah to everyone who believes? Because obviously we understand that if you if you believe in Yahushua, like Yahuwah's gonna continue to work in you, and and obviously you're gonna fulfill, or obviously you're gonna walk up the Spirit and fulfill the desires of the spirits, and fulfill the law from there. Alright, yeah. Now the further proof what this word the end means. Telios. Alright. But we have to understand, like that the Yahushua didn't come to abolish or even done away with the law at all, or even fully end the law, or meaning that we don't have to do it anymore, but here we go. Alright, I don't know about this because Yahushua didn't come to cease the law. Torah nation, the limit at which a thing ceases to be, always even in some act or state, but not the end of a period of time. Alright, that's just, here we go. So this definition, Telios, from it to set out for a definite point or goal, properly the point aimed at as a limit by implication, the conclusion of an act or state termination, literally, figuratively, or indefinitely, result in immediate, ultimate, or prophetic purpose, specifically an impost or levy. Same thing. SP, continual, custom, and finally, uttermost compare. So for Christ is for Yahushua is the goal of the law. See, to the end to which all things relate, the aim or purpose. For Christ is the aim of the Torah. For all who believe, Christ is the goal of Torah. Christ the fulfillment. Torah. You get the point I'm trying to make. Now, I personally wouldn't trust all this Greek. I personally wouldn't trust all the Greek, because me personally, I believe that the original Old Testament was written in Abri, or also known as Hebrew. Wait, the Septu. Hold on. Where's it? Hold on, bro. Bro, now let me see. Like, see, this isn't in the Greek, because I don't know why they put it in the Greek in this one. But like, I don't know, put it in there. I don't know why they put it in the original text or the Septuagint. Alright, but yeah, Alright, so basically, that's all I wanted to go through for me. I know I didn't go through a lot, but I did go through the main points. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video, or, and hopefully you guys can send this video to your family, friends, or even anybody to share the truth to others, and to send the truth to others, and even disbelievers. But yeah, so we can spread the truth. Alright, all praises to the Most High, and shalom, family.